Hey, folks, welcome to another episode of the Next Iteration podcast. And today we're going to talk about the benefits of investing in tech leadership. But before we understand the benefits, we want to take you through what does tech leadership really mean, or what do tech leadership capabilities consist of. So, Chirag, do you want to take us through that?
Yeah, so most senior developers, when they move into technology leadership roles for the first time, they experience this shift that in responsibilities, which they in order to do justice to that, they need exposure to some technology skills. Like they need now, apart from writing great code and getting getting things to work and so on, they need to be able to zoom out and think of the big picture of the system design, or think about a roadmap for the for the
Hmm.
technologies used in the product. And they need to take a front seat in planning and estimation and prioritization and so on. They need to talk to stakeholders and build alignment. And many of these things are new skills that the technology leaders need to learn in their first early days into their tech lead roles. And most companies expect senior developers to just learn these skills on their own,
Right.
and that is tough. I mean, no one probably says it like that, that this is very tough and I can't do it. But in reality, what is happening is that people find it hard to learn, and they take a long time to learn it. They take like sometimes 1 year, 1.5 years to start getting comfortable with these new set of responsibilities, and build the right skills to be able to do that. So the idea behind investing in tech leadership is to invest in helping new technology leaders in your organization to gain these experiences and gain some of the understanding of the core principles in these tech and leadership skills, so that they can start delivering more effectively, quickly, and avoid common pitfalls.
Yeah, and so the idea would be to shrink the time that it takes for people to start playing these responsibilities well. And so
Yeah.
instead of people sort of trying to figure it out by themselves and taking a year or two to do that, you would want to shrink that time and make them
Yes.
effective sooner.
Yes, and you do that by creating some structured learning experiences
Hmm.
for the individuals, for like a cohort of people who are all in the early stages of picking up the tech leadership role. To give them this boost and give them be able to speed this journey for themselves. So that's the idea,
Right.
and
Right.
and that's what we are talking about. So if you are able to do that as an organization, you will see multiple benefits coming out of it. The one obvious one is that these tech leads will be happier and more relaxed and less stressed out and so on, because they are just getting the support that they need as they pick up this new an additional significant responsibility for on behalf of your organization. So you'll have happier tech leads. That is an obvious benefit, but the benefits extend way beyond the individuals themselves. So the team that they are leading, the 10, 12, 15 people team that they are leading, one of the things that will start to happen is that, because this tech lead, through this structured learning experience that you're creating for them, they will now be able to say delegate better within their teams. They'll
Hmm.
find the right balance in giving enough context, giving enough autonomy, and caring for quality of outcomes in their teams. They'd be able to create an environment of collaboration rather than competition within their teams. They'd be able to more easily or more thoughtfully create a psychological safe environment, and stuff like that. They'd be able to give people feedback more often, and in a way that helps people learn and grow and gain confidence and so on, right? So they'd be able to do a bunch of these things for people in their team better, and that increases the chance of rest of the folks in the team also doing this for each other much better,
Right.
and that just overall leads to just a stronger collaboration, stronger levels of trust within the team, and just overall improved team dynamics. So
Right.
that's one kind of impact that will radiate out from this one person that you've invested in to at least 10, 15 people that they work with very closely inside their teams.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it also has an impact on the actual stuff that the team produces. A team basically in an agile world is going to sign up for some stuff at the beginning of their iteration or their sprint, as you might call it, and then they are going to deliver that stuff at a certain level of quality and a certain level of predictability. And I think both of these things go up when the tech lead is able to guide the team well. And the reason why this happens is that uh, so one of the things that we talked about in the tech leadership capabilities was the skill to make tech decisions and to articulate those tech decisions for non-tech stakeholders. And once you, for example, are able to do that, you are able to make those decisions faster, and so you spend less time in an ambiguous state where you don't know which direction you're going, but you have a much better control on how you're going to solve this particular tech problem that your team is facing. And that way you're able to give that confidence to the team and to the stakeholders as well. And so you build a lot of stakeholder trust. Your team knows exactly what needs to happen or how it's going to pan out, and the pros and cons of these decisions. And now both these big stakeholders that you have are aligned to the particular decision that you're making and the way that it's going to pan out. And that is a reinforcing positive loop that you're creating, because the the more you're able to see your way clearly, you're able to predict better. So you sign up for something and you're able to deliver that well. And once you do that a couple of times, the stakeholders also start believing your signups. A lot of times what you've seen in organizations is teams give some estimates, stakeholders are like, oh, this is all, this never actually happens, and so we are just going to push and pull, put pressure on the teams to deliver more, because we never believe the estimates or their plan that they are signing up for. But when you get into this loop of predictability, you're creating good stakeholder trust and confidence on one side, and then you're able to deliver on all of those promises with your team, because the team knows exactly how this is going to pan out. And that is a great place to be, and that's the place that most teams really aspire to be at. And investing in this one person who is sort of a conduit between the stakeholders and the team can enable that for your organization. And so this is not just limited to one team, right? This is now going to translate to the rest of the organization as well. And so that's the second benefit that we want to call out, that you will get by investing well in tech leadership abilities.
Yeah, and just to sort of, pull it together, so what are you saying, Akshay, is that the tech lead being more capable in their, about what's the right way to make decisions, and what the right way to convey decisions,
Mm,
what's the right way to plan and prioritize and so on, leads to the team being more productive, the team being more, being able to have a higher confidence in delivering great quality, as well as delivering to the timelines that they've signed up for on and so on. So it's better, more productive, more efficient, more predictable, more higher quality, and that then leads to naturally the stakeholders having a higher confidence back on the entire team. And I think that is worth noting, that it's not just that the business stakeholder will now have more confidence on this one person, the
mm,
tech lead.
right.
It's So whether it is that they trust the tech lead or they don't trust the tech lead, it in a way starts to reflect on the entire team,
Yeah.
and very quickly it starts to reflect on like these perceptions stop being about one person. They start becoming about one team, but also the entire group itself as well very quickly. And
Yeah.
that's why it's just worth noting that by investing in tech leadership and building up their skills, you can just have this cascading effect of higher levels of confidence and collaboration between business and technology at multiple levels uh,
Yeah.
through this.
I think the other benefit at a team level is also that it is very likely to result in a improved leverage for your team. Leverage is a some people might not understand it, so I'll just clarify quickly. Leverage is basically the mix of experience ranges in the organization, in the team. So let's say that you have a 10 people team. You might have four people that are below 4 years of experience. Then you might have three people who are 4 to 7 years of experience, and then two people who are 7 to 10 years of experience, and one person who's about 10 years of experience. And that's the leverage of the team. Um, and for services organizations, as well as any organization that is looking at margins and efficiency in the engineering organization, uh, ability to work at a better leverage. So uh, instead of having four people that are below 4 years of experience, if you could have five people uh, at below 4 years of experience, and instead reduce someone who has a higher number of years of experience, then you create leverage for your team, meaning that your cost for the entire team goes down. But at the same time, this is not just about cost optimization. This is also about people growing in their ability, because you're still doing the same kind of work, or possibly even more complex work. And so more junior people in the organization are getting exposed to more complex work, and that is a significant benefit for the organization, even more than the cost optimization benefit.
Mm.
But so improving the leverages of the team is, I think, a significant benefit of doing well with tech leadership capabilities.
Yeah, and like I was saying earlier, that as a tech lead gets more skilled at things like sharing the big picture and delegation and creating transparency around information in the project and trusting people more and so on, they are able to then nurture younger people to take up more responsibility. They are able to now work with people who are newer in this organization or newer to this team more easily, more naturally, and so on. And that's what then shifts the leverage. Uh,
Right.
it sort of allows you to have more new people in the team, and still deliver great results. So
Absolutely.
that's another huge benefit that you start to gain. And this nicely leads up to the what I think is the most important point, that eventually companies need tech leaders not just to deliver in the existing teams that they are in. They need tech leaders the most when you have to start new teams, when you have to pick up new and more complex initiatives. And that is where, if the company's been investing in developing internal leaders to pick up like the next level of responsibilities and sort of have those skills and exposure, and exposure to these concepts, and lived experiences inside the organization already, then the organization will more quickly be able to respond to these new opportunities and move people around inside the teams. There will naturally be more people who are able to and willing to pick up responsibilities at the next level within this team, so that some of the more senior leaders from one team can move on to pick up new roles in new teams. So
Right.
that kind of things can happen more naturally. and that really is the way that the organization will grow and scale up in terms of the amount of complexity it can deliver, and the value it can deliver to the business. So that is the most important benefit eventually, right? And um, you'll see that Akshay and I and us at Next Iteration talk about the the need for organizations to be more proactive in helping their people grow and learn through capability building initiatives. We talk about it all the time, but especially when it comes to technology leadership, it it is just it is just an investment that if you're not making, then you're leaving a lot of value on the table, because great tech leaders can empower 15, 20 people around them. So you're getting like 15, 20, maybe 50 times, 100 times the benefit, based on the, as compared to the investment you put in of time and energy in them. And so if you're not doing that, then you're just missing out great value and great competitive advantage. So it's
Yeah,
certainly
absolutely.
worth thinking about more.
Yeah, in fact, we do have a calculator that we've done to quickly give you an estimate of what kind of value you might be able to unlock, given your current situation, number of employees, and so on. And so I'll link to the calculator in the description, and you can go take a look and see if that makes sense for your organization. All right, then, we'll see you in the next episode with another topic. Ciao.
All right. Bye.